Good evening. Welcome on in to another episode of From Day One. Starting with our good friends Predator Troll, we have Eli doing what he does best, getting arrested.
Yeah. Hopefully she don't hit start, bro. Yo, that's crazy. What the probably dudes, man? That's some shit. That's that K2 shit. Nah. Yeah, K2, both of them mix and heroin, bro. But that's that K2, bro. Because heroin will get her like sleepy, you know what I mean? Yeah, they be spazzing like that? That's wow. Don't. No. Nah, if she turns it on, I'll get her out the car. Yeah, if she turns the car on, I'm getting her out.
Yeah, so obviously this girl is tweaking hard. She's probably on some bath salts or something. Now, a normal person would stop recording and just call 911, but obviously Eli is not able to do that. He needs to get the footage.
He said he was gonna call you out. I don't know. Let me go double check. Does he call her? You're taking care of business right now. Where you at?
Yo,
Hey, yo, what's good, man? You see my channel?
Yes, I'm playing with my guy.
Say what's up to my baby.
What's up, bro?
Yo, you gonna call him? You gonna call for her, bro? Yeah, I gotta do this first. Alright, take care of your thing. I'm gonna be alright. Yeah, he's gonna call, boy. He's gonna call. He's handling something. That's crazy. So you alright? You good? You alright? You want me to call an ambulance for you? You want me to call an ambulance for you?
I'm sorry.
You good? Shut it.
We saw her fucking get out of the car. I don't know if she pulled up here.
That car's been there for a couple of days, a few days. I seen it.
Yeah?
Why isn't there no tickets?
I saw that car
Over here, on this block.
How did he hear
Did she just fucking drive here and get out that road? Look, she started fucking breaking shit off.
I saw her going to the store last night.
If she was actually driving in that state, that is insane. She needs to get arrested immediately. Luckily for the officers, it won't be too hard to prove DWI in this case.
She was just fucking money. What you found? How much? You gotta share it, man. Whoa! Let me see. Let's put it in the camera. We got the keys.
I knew
We got the keys.
the toothbrush over there.
She ain't going nowhere. That's what's up. She ain't going nowhere, my bitch. That's wonderful.
So you guys did hear that. The other guy pulled something out of the car. Eli thought it was money and he wanted his cut. He wanted part of the stolen money, but it turns out it's the keys.
Ask me what I'm doing.
Holding the key, trying to save a life.
No. I got a crackhead's keys in my pockets. Babe, when I'm telling you this woman's fucking tweaking, babe, she smacked her, was rubbing it so hard her whole fucking car shook. This guy is very
Huh? What you mean, please don't film? I'm gonna make sure she's safe. What do you mean? Alright, go ahead, do your job, T. Do your job, man. What you mean? If I film, you're not gonna do your job?
Why would I not?
So go ahead and ignore me, bro. I'll give it to the okay.
But we can't get PT involved.
Hey, you can do whatever you wish to do.
I am.
What a bootlegger here.
I'll identify you.
She'll identify me, she said. You know I was the one who called the ambulance for her, right? I'm trying to help here.
So he's claiming that he did a good action, that he called the ambulance. But with Eli, there's always another purpose. Just like when he's giving food to the homeless, it's a publicity stunt. He's trying to get more views, more subscribers for his channel. And you guys saw when the paramedic got there, they didn't want to be recorded. They just wanted to do their job. And of course, Eli couldn't let them do that. And that's why he's just trying to make more content. He also cut out a lot of time with the paramedics. Who knows what the hell he was saying to them?
Alright, I see you on
Probably
YouTube.
every boldest thing in the universe.
Mandate is
Use a rat.
It's my job.
Use a rat.
It's my job.
Alright, keep being a rat.
It's my job. And he may have a weapon on him too. I don't know, maybe a knife.
You heard that shit?
I see it in his pocket.
What you see in my pocket? You hear that shit? If I get shot, it's on you.
There's an accident or something happened here here. There's a guy in a New York Yankees hat.
Hey, ahí viene la policía rápido. There's a guy recording. Hurry up, send the cops. You gonna give it to her? You gonna let her drive?
I can't stop it.
Huh?
Cops are coming. I can't stop them from doing anything. She's fully
You know she can drive.
The cops are here.
You know she can drive.
I know, but the cops are here. Two separate things.
Yeah, two separate incidents.
Okay.
We called the ambulance for this lady that's on some type of drugs and we don't want her to drive like that.
Okay.
Alright, so I'm recording while you guys come and help her.
Okay.
Then she comes, she don't want me to record and smack her. She assault her. Huh?
Why does she want you to record?
What?
Why doesn't she want you to record?
Why doesn't she want me to record?
Yeah.
Ask her. I don't know, sir. I don't know her. I don't know who she is.
I figured out. Don't worry.
Alright, I know you got me. I know you got me, my dude. Listen, she paid my phone an apology or she get a prison charge. What happened? What you doing? What? 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 I stole what?
So it turns out that he got arrested for stealing the woman's keys. Now, was he trying to do a good action? I don't think so. I think he was just trying to get clout for his YouTube channel. And keep in mind that we are watching a very heavily edited video. So a lot of the truth was probably left out, but it couldn't have happened to a better guy. Eli's the kind of guy that will give food to the homeless but terrorize the entire neighborhood. And honestly, I think he'll be better left in jail where he's going right now. Thanks so much for watching.
Thank you, Predator. Alright, let's see what else we got. Alright, let's try this guy.
Welcome back, everybody. In today's video,
Yeah, what do we got?
Shadows, he's
It's been a while
Okay,
since
here we
I
go.
did this. Alright, I think it's live. Yeah, no, I think we're good. Yep, 14 seconds live. Alrighty, what is good, squad? There's a few people in here, but I'll wait a second till a few more jump in, if there are going to be any more. Appreciate the three of y'all for already being here. Appreciate y'all for being waiting in the shadows. Jay, I have been on house arrest for the last 30 days, home confinement, as part of the case that I had ultimately lost like a month ago. Now I'm appealing it, and the appeal trial is later this month. I believe the 16th, maybe it's the 21st. I'll have to look at it. The one for Calvert County is on the 12th, and then the one for Anne Arundel is like on the 16th or the 21st, I believe. One of those 2 days. I'll have to look to make sure. But yeah. Oh, the mustache. I'm trying the 70s porn stash right now. I let my facial hair grow out the entire time I was sitting here on home confinement. Normally I don't let... Now my facial hair is so patchy. Like, I keep turning the wrong way with the camera. Like, it grows in like a small patch here, a small patch in the corner, a tiny little sideburn, and then like some chin hair and a mustache. But none of it actually connects. So normally I just shave it off every couple of days, but I was like, let me see where it goes.
Let's skip the pleasant banter and let's get to the updates. We want to find out what happened with Taco Terry. Has he committed more crimes? Did he violate probation? Let's find out.
It wasn't that I couldn't post or anything. It's just that I was stuck in the house for 30 days, so there really wasn't anything to post about. It wasn't like I could go out and like film anything or do anything. I ultimately appealed the case as soon as I had lost it last month, but they didn't vacate the stay of sentence. I would have had to pay a $500 fee. It was a $5,000 appeal bond. Now, I think I would have had to pay 10% of that to the court system in order to appeal it, but it wasn't worth that. Now, they gave me a 60-day sentence. So on house arrest, it's day for day. I only had to do 30 days. I officially got it off this morning. Felt great. Ankle back being normal again and not all heavy. As y'all can see, I got my Star Wars socks on. Happy Star Wars Day to everybody. But yeah, so ultimately, they had found me guilty of those charges back. I think it was the 30th or the 31st of March. And it was the stuff with the Capitol Police. And again, I did appeal it. The appeal case is coming up later this month. But I had to sit and do 30 days of home confinement, which just ended this morning. Now, while in home confinement, I had two cases that actually both were this week. One of them being today, one of them being on Monday. Now, Monday was for a violation of probation. This is way before I was ever an auditor, when I had gotten trouble back as just like a regular civilian, and I was on probation. Now, as I tried to explain to the lady, they were saying that, like, basically I had went and did the 2 weekends that I was supposed to do and then just absconded from probation. That I just, at first it was that I started coming, stopped going, started coming again, and then stopped going ultimately for good. Well, I never reported to anybody because I was under the impression it was unsupervised probation. No one ever said anything. There was no letters sent. Nothing was ever done. I had been in the courthouse or the court system multiple times after that. So, like, as the judge said herself, I just sort of slipped through the cracks. And that was my main kind of, story that I was trying to push to her, is that I had slipped through the cracks, that I had done what I needed to do as far as paying the restitution or paying the fees for the court costs and stuff like that. And then also doing I was sentenced to 6 days. It was a VOP for a possession of CDS, not marijuana, is what I had gotten convicted of. So I had to do 6 days. It was 364 days to spend all but 6. I got to do them in weekends. After 2 weekends, which was 4 days, they released me on good behavior. I didn't have to do the last weekend. So in my head, I'm like, if I didn't show up to probation and just like absconded and never reported to intake, why am I getting released on good behavior and like having my sentence reduced if I'm just not complying with the conditions of the sentence at all? Luckily, the lady had actually sat there and like looked at the paperwork, and she even said to him, she was like, "Why haven't you guys filed?"
So now Taco Terry says he's done with home confinement, and I'm ready to take wagers. How long do you think it will take before he breaks his probation? I will put a community post as a poll as soon as this video goes live. When you're done watching it, go check it out. I personally think it will take about a month. Give him a month of frauditing, and he'll be right back in jail with a violation of his probation.
I was going to say less than a month, but we'll see.
Or you guys didn't file like a report about this until April of 2021, like 4 or 5 days after his probation was over. So you guys waited until it was done to even report that he never showed up. So she also was just like, you guys obviously didn't care. Like, something just happened. I'm not going to punish this kid for things that happened back in 2019. Or for the pullover and the actual arrest incident happened in like, I think late 2018 or early 2019 maybe. Might have even been early 2018. That's what I think it was. And she's like, look, I'm not going to give this kid backup time because they could have given me all 359 days. She gave me no backup time, no punishments for the new convictions that were on there, and ultimately just closed it out as unsatisfactory. Now, while it does suck that I had to plead guilty to a Rule 4 violation, the state bringing back up that stet docket stuff from like a month and a half ago ultimately is what led to that. There was no way around it. I committed the crime. There was nothing I could do in that situation. So there's no point in like going in there and being like, oh, let's go for a trial and I didn't do this. Like, no, I committed the crime. Originally it was on a stat docket. I would have never had to have a VOP, which is a violation of probation case. But the state chose to bring it back up off the stat docket and convict me of the crime. So therefore I had to plead guilty to this. But there was no like backup punishments. So I am very grateful to Judge Donna Schaefer for that, because like I said, it was just like I slipped through the cracks. They didn't notice. I didn't know. It was a huge misunderstanding. Not to say it in a bad way, but my public defender at the time, she was from either East or West Africa, so very heavy accent. There was a bit of a language barrier there. So it was just like a culmination of crazy things that led to the...
And we all know that Taco Terry has a real issue with black people and Africans. Remember when he saw that black woman that was just trying to eat her lunch in peace and he called her Count Chocula? Honestly, this guy's a piece of shit, just like all the other ones.
Oh, you mean like glad I fuck your cereal?
Not going to probation, but doing the other conditions. Anyway, long story short, I was let off of that, and it was closed out as unsatisfactory, but ultimately closed, and nothing's ever going to come from that again. Cool. So, on to Thursday, which would have been today. It is the case where ultimately my little brother had been charged with second-degree assault and resisting arrest at the CID building like a couple years ago, back in 2020. Now, he beat the case. He took the case to trial. He won the case. He won the trial, was found not guilty of everything. Well, like a week and a half before his trial date, the state chose to charge me with the same crimes, which is weird because in the state of Maryland, assault carries a statute of limitations of a year and a day, so 366 days. They waited 2.5 years to file the charges. So a year and a half after the statute of limitations had expired, they filed the charges. It never went to district court. It wasn't like I was arraigned on the charges. I never had like an initial appearance in front of a commissioner. They just sent me paperwork saying that I had a court case at the circuit courthouse for this, this, and this. And here's the discovery, and good luck. Go after yourself. So ultimately, and again, I wasn't like scared of going to trial. The whole time I kept telling them, like, I'm going to trial. I'm pleading guilty to anything. One, I didn't even commit a crime. Two, he already beat the case and proved that it was an unlawful arrest in the first place. So definitely going to go forth as a trial. I had messaged Liz Palin, who is the head public defender here in Anne Arundel County, I believe for both the circuit and the district courthouses, and I had asked her, hey, Thursday morning I'm supposed to get my house arrest bracelet off. What's going on with the case? Is there a way to get it moved to the later part in the afternoon? Are we going to be the first trial, the only trial? I was just trying to figure out what was going on so I could coordinate with the caseworker and get the bracelet taken off. At which time she had messaged me back, and I even said something like, man, I don't know how the hell we came out of there with that ruling yesterday, like, because in reality, if the state's going to charge me with crimes that I didn't commit a year and a half after the statute of limitations had expired, like, that's some shady, malicious prosecution type shit right there.
Here he goes with his conspiracy theories that they're trying to maliciously prosecute him. And that's the problem with this narcissistic behavior. He always thinks that he is a victim. He thinks that people are out there to get him. That is not the case, Taco Terry. You are being prosecuted just like every single other criminal out there.
So to then see the same system that is trying to F me, actually look at the details of a situation and make like a logical, informed decision was surprising, baffling, and overall just a good thing to happen. So I felt like I should go out and buy a lottery ticket. I was like, man, my luck, I need to go buy a lottery ticket right now. And she goes, yeah, chalk it up to good advocacy and maybe a bit of good luck. I'm going to go, all right, yeah, cool. Maybe a bit of both of those. And I'll keep the same positivity into Thursday's trial. She goes, oh, don't worry about it. The state already told me they're going to dismiss the charges on Thursday. So technically yesterday, which was Wednesday, she was in court with the state's prosecutor, and they brought the case up yesterday and dismissed it noli prosequi, which ultimately means the state has dismissed bring it back up, I believe, technically, if they wanted to bring it back up, but it's the state dismissing the case. It's not a not guilty verdict. It's not like me winning a trial, but it's the state conceding and basically being like, yeah, we don't believe that we're going to win the trial. Go forth on that. So they nully prosecuted, and I didn't even have to go to court today. Bow, bow, bow.
So he thinks that because he got this case dismissed, that it's a victory, but it's possibly not dismissed forever. They could reopen it just like they did with several of his other cases. So it is definitely not a victory. He was not found not guilty. It was only dismissed, and that can happen for a multitude of reasons.
So I went and got my ankle bracelet off first thing this morning, and then went out and did some of the errands that I had been waiting the last month to do. It definitely sucked. I was only able to go to the doctor's, the courthouse, and to the pharmacy to pick up my medications. So, and the grocery store twice. I was allowed to go there twice. So besides that, just sitting here in the house, man. Very bored. Yeah, Toxic Loss, what's up, brother? Now, again, Calvert County does have my camera, so even though I am off the ankle bracelet, it's not like I have all of my equipment back. They still have that, and they're going to have it until after the trial, which is May 12th. Again, that was the one that I lost back in the beginning of March. It was March 16th in Calvert County. They found me guilty of trespassing at the health department, and sentenced me to 20 days in the detention center. I got out after 5, appealed it, and the appeal trial is coming up in the middle of this month. So hopefully after that, I will get all of my equipment back and be able to go back out there. As of right now, I only have this shitty GoPro 4, and because of the stabilization of the other cameras, I didn't get a new gimbal after the last one got broke. So, very limited as far as supplies and materials at the moment, but yeah, definitely off of the home confinement. That's all said and done with. Now, if I go ahead and beat this case and I win the appeal, and I choose to seek any retribution for the malicious prosecution and the false imprisonment and defamation of character, because in the state of Maryland, a false arrest is defamation of character, then I will also have the pain and suffering of 30 days in home confinement to add on to that. So,
Oh, good luck with that.
that's on them. But yeah, I'm back for the time being, brother. Miss Erica, how you doing? Brandon Mitchell, how you doing?
So now he's saying he's going to sue the state for defamation of character and wrongful arrest and all that shit. I don't believe that one bit. You know who else who was going to sue the state? Rogue Nation for his arrest at the prison. But what happened instead? He was found guilty of felonies. So yeah, Taco Terry, good luck with that. Make sure to keep us updated with your lawsuit written with crayons.
I seen somebody had asked about an update with, no, keeping the swine in line, it does not vacate automatically in all circumstances. Most of them, yes, unless the judge sets it as an appeal bond. My appeal bond was set at $5,000, so I wasn't able to. But yeah, somebody had asked about the case where the guy had assaulted me. I'm assuming you're talking about the election board guy, because there was also a jail guard who came out and assaulted me, but he really just smacked the cameras, which again is assault in the state of Maryland. But he just damaged my equipment. He never actually physically hit me in the head, as to where the other one, my head hit the wall and got busted open. So in that situation, I had been contacted by somebody from the get-go and told that I would have representation in that case. I was told that we were going to... Oh, damn, I left that Douglas box thing up there the whole time. I'll change it. Good to see you too, Erica. Ultimately, I was told that I would have representation in that case. I was told not to seek out any other representation and not to speak to any other lawyers, that I would have representation in that case, and that it was adequate, competent, and good counsel to have. Ultimately, it got to the point where it's now been 6 months, so I kind of what's going on here the other day, and found out that I would not be represented by that person. Now, ultimately, the guy had like a very bad accident, and then when getting his hip replaced, because it was completely shattered, they had put it in wrong and it had fused, so then they had to go back in and re-break it and put like a whole new replacement hip in there. So he's got some medical malpractice shit going on himself right now, and he's already like 70 years old. I get it. But it kind of sucked that I had spent 6 months not speaking to anybody else about it or like doing anything. So I had been waiting to give you guys an update because I had been told not to really speak on it, that we were going to move forth with what we were going to do, and that I should just kind of lay low on it and keep quiet until it was all on public record. Unfortunately, that is not the case anymore, so I am looking for counsel on that again. I'm going to reach out to a few people this upcoming week now that I'm able to go out and sit down and speak with them. Lincoln Square Leonidas, a lot of you may not even know his channel. I believe he's shadow banned on YouTube. It's weird, but if you search for his channel, his name is Lincoln Square Leonidas, and he had actually had somebody reach out to him about it, and he had put them on to me. So hopefully when I reach back out to this lawyer, he is still wanting to take the case because he had reached out to me about it. So it seemed as though he was obviously eager to take it. I should have taken him up on the offer and not played the long game that I have played. But you know what I mean? We all make choices, we all make decisions, and we have to live with them.
So that's the first thing he said that made sense so far. We all make choices and we have to live with the consequences of our actions. And in the case of Taco Terry, he has a long criminal career ahead of him because he refused to change. He thinks that he is being victimized by the government. Meanwhile, he's basically just a psycho Karen that's having temper tantrum with everybody he encounters. He needs to look within himself. He needs to do serious therapy if he wants his life to change.
I'm a little 6 months in the hole on that one, but I have a year to file any type of paperwork if I'm going to file paperwork civilly, so I still have 6 more months to do that. The state has declined to press any charges on him. They don't believe he committed assault on me. State's Attorney Michael May said that no assault occurred and that, basically I can go fuck myself is what he tried to tell me. So, yeah. But, so there's the update on that. Right, yeah, no, he probably owes me his new hip after making me wait 6 months, but it is what it is. It was also my fault for not taking the counsel of the lawyer that reached out to me himself from the get-go. In this situation, it was a friend of mine was the middleman contacting the lawyer for me, so I wasn't actually in direct contact with this person originally. It was a friend of a friend. So, yeah, definitely learned my lesson, Tracy, for sure. So, yeah, I should have just gone with the guy that actually had reached out to me himself from the get-go. He seemed a little more eager, and yeah. So, as Tracy Tabor just said, learn my lesson. And, like, in both, I'm not mad at the lawyer, and I'm not mad at the friend who was in the middle either. Like, it just is what it is. It was a whirlwind of situations. Like I said, the person had broken his hip, it had been fused in wrong, they had to re-break it and put it in there, so he's got his own shit going on. He's older, so I get it. I understand that. Shit happened.
That's pretty much it for the video. The rest is just him babbling about complete nonsense. It's incomprehensible gibberish. And what I got from this video is that Taco Terry has not learned his lesson. He's still playing the victim. He still is not taking any accountability for his actions. And I see jail in the very near future for him. Now, thanks so much for watching, everybody. Make sure to go check my community post.
Again, thank you very much. As he says, we definitely do appreciate you for being around. Come on back next time as we get extremely close to that 50,000 views. We get those red presents from Boxy to send out to all of you as we march along here from day one. Have a great night. We'll see you.